and the controversy about whether or not these are real extraterrestrials from off-planet somewhere, right around us, people are reporting encounters with live entities that don't seem to be human either. And some of the current eyewitness accounts also involve the animal mutilation mystery. Recently, I interviewed a Canadian farmer who has lost 12 cattle since January, and even more in 1994 after he saw a strange glowing object in his Saskatchewan pasture last March. It was about midnight, and he was checking cows about to calve. This is his story.
All the way from Canada.
I walked out there and checked my cows and got to the end of the corral, and then I heard something like a tractor, like a machine running, say, about a half a mile away or a mile away, just a hum, eh? And I got looking around, and I spotted this thing down there in the field.
What did you see?
It was about a quarter of a mile away. It was kind of greenish, looked like in a saucer shape, and it was, it looked like it was sitting maybe about 2 feet off the ground, eh? Like it wasn't really embedded right into the grass and debris down there. It was just kind of maybe lifted up about 3 feet off the ground, something like that. And I just stared at it, and of course the hair in the back of your neck kind of stands up, and it gives you a funny feeling. And I had a flashlight. I never even lit the flashlight because I thought, well, I didn't want to be seen. I just wanted to watch. And then I made some kind of a remark like, what in the hell do you bastards want, or something like that from me, eh? You know, I said, real loud, eh? And I just watched it, and I seen two little figures come around on each side of it, like, you know, from the glare from the machine, you could see these two figures in front. It was, you know, like it was dark, eh?
What did they look like?
Oh, I don't know. They were about, I'd say maybe 2.5, 3 feet tall or something like that, and they looked something like a half dinosaur and half man or something. Like they kind of had long, skinny bodies and longer heads on them, eh?
Okay, so something that was sort of lizard-like or reptilian-looking?
Yeah, something like that. I can recall. I didn't see no long tails on them or anything, but, you know, they were just, and they kind of just scurried around in front there for half a second and made themselves more or less visible to me. And all of a sudden the thing took off, eh? I can't remember if I talked to it before I seen him, or I think I seen him first before I said, what the hell do you guys want from me, you know? And then the thing just lifted up, kind of went into a light, like changed into a light color, like, you know, kind of an orangish yellow color.
So it went from green to orangish yellow?
Yeah. And it just hovered above the trees there and just more or less fit in like not like a star, but, you know, like it was, you could tell it was different. It was just above the tree line, and I walked to the house here. And I woke up the family and said, look, you guys, see that light over there? I said, it was just on the ground over there. And I said, it was green. I said, no, it's bright yellow. And we watched it for a few minutes, and finally it started to move a little bit. We went to bed.
After that, did you have any animal mutilations that spring?
Yeah, in fact, I think we did, down in another pasture. We had, the kids and the wife went down to check the cows. They said there was a calf there with the ears cut off. Flush with the head.
And that was what month?
That was in 94 of the summer, I guess.
Okay, so not maybe a month or two after the sighting in the...
Oh, probably 2-3 months after. Maybe.
Okay.
Yeah. The calf had the ears cut off.
Okay.
When they went and seen it, like, and they come home and told me, and I said the next day, I said, well, let's go look. I said, you know, it's awful odd. 1 or 2 days later. And then we couldn't find...
the calf at all?
Couldn't find the calf at all, and we found the cow, yeah, and she was dead, eh? She had been mutilated at the back end, and the face was done pretty good on her.
And that was the mother of the calf that had disappeared?
Yes.
And on the head, what was taken from the cow, the mother cow?
Oh, the tongue and the jaw, like all the meat back on the jaw and the back end of her.
How long have you been ranching and farming in this same farm area?
since about 1970 or 71.
Okay, so at least 25 years in the same farm.
Yeah.
And over those 25 years, how many animals have you lost to this unusual death with excisions of tissue?
Oh, we've got to be in the 20s somewhere. We've been, the nearest we can figure it's been probably about, well, we've had 12 this year. So I'd say probably near 20, 24, somewhere in that area over the years.
All right, and what's been the average value on the animals that you've lost this year? How many dollars per animal?
Oh, probably around the $800 mark or something.
So,
commercial cows, eh?
right.
They're not purebreds or nothing, but it does hurt.
Yeah, that's about $9,600 or almost $10,000 in animals.
In this summer, yeah.
Now, are you able to get any insurance money on these animals?
Well, Linda, the problem we have here is the insurance policy reads if it's mutilated, they'll pay. But we can't find anybody that wants to come out and tell us they're mutilated, even though they can see it.
And what is it, in terms of your own mind, as you look at these 12 animals this year and the others in the past, that makes them different from predator kills?
What's the difference?
Yeah, from your point of view.
Oh, there's no doubt in my mind. Like a predator will pull. These are real nice. These are cut so nice, carved away with a knife. For instance, like even after a few days, the hooves on the cows, they'll pull right off like they've been, like this. The same as if there's any horns on them. Mine never had no horns now, but a few years ago I had one with horns. You could grab that horn and pull it right off, and all you had left was just the meaty part of the horn inside.
Right.
Now this kind of rigor it takes time, like 2 or 3 years on a normal basis, eh? Like, you can butcher a bull, you can kill a bull, take the head, and you'll never pull the horns off. It can hang there for years, you know what I mean?
Right.
And whereas these here, you can grab and just pull the horn right off. There's some form of energy been exerted on these animals. And this is where our problem is coming in. If these guys would acknowledge it, that it's not predators.
You could get insurance.
Yes. We'd get something out of it. Like, we don't know what we're going to do. Like, we're going to sell the cow herd? Are we going to have to move on? Look for something else? Because, there's no crop up here this year. So we're very well financially strapped right now.
And
Good Lord.
this farmer, he doesn't want to have his name known.
I don't blame him a bit.
Yeah, and I've talked with so many in the same situation, but he said to me, maybe by at least sharing what's happened to me, that some other farmers will feel like that they can also come forward, and maybe if we all started talking about what's happening, we might be able to change things. At least I'm hoping that by being able to share these reports like this from this Canadian farmer, that we can help other people feel more confident about reporting such things as animal mutilations or unusual deaths.